Landing gear retracted.
I'm trying to think of what other tag to put in here. The space truck hanging on. Yeah, I'll just call it space truck. Just go with that tag.
I'm telling my age right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting. Welcome back to another episode of Space Mother Truckers. This is episode 7. So just a couple things right up front. I am not sure if it's just going to be Justin and myself. We're not really sure. We got the word out to our fellow space truckers. So for right now, it's looking like it's just going to be us. Right now, we're getting started with some silver, and it's kind of I don't know, small fish compared to what we're used to raking in. But usually, as it goes, we do a couple missions, and it starts to pick up. So that's what you'll be seeing is us getting some money to start, and then hopefully it'll pick up for us.
We hope it picks up. We're not certain.
Yeah. I mean, typically it does.
Typically, but who knows?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's not already, go ahead and get that wing beacon on.
Wing beacon is on.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now I'm pushing out to Glasgow City. So, what should we talk about on Space Mother Truckers today? We got a lot of good stuff for Elite Dangerous.
On Thursday, they're gonna show us the new ships. Now, we know that the Phantom is the Crate Phantom is gonna be one of them, and the other,
yes, supposedly
is a ship called the Mamba, which kind of looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks way different than most of the ships we ever get. So I'm excited about that.
The Mamba, huh?
Yes, the Mamba.
I actually haven't seen that.
I saw it in a video. I think Obsidian Ant might have done it. I don't remember, but I definitely saw it.
Probably he does everything.
Bravo, India, Gulf. Federal Flight Control Channel open.
Yeah, that's exciting. The new ships. I mean, I always get excited when there's going to be a new ship coming to Elite, even if it is just a variant of what we've already got. I mean, it's cool to see how a variant can
request submitted, coming to pad 24. Well, the Mamba looks nothing like any of the ships that we have. So that's how it looks like a original design entirely. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Any word as to what it will be geared towards?
That's what I know of. Well, no, I just know Thursday is when we're going to find out all about them. So I'll be looking out for those for the live stream from the devs or whatnot for that. So
Thursday is going to be a big day for me too, because I think pretty sure on Thursday I'm going to be able to get my my Pac-On missile launchers, and some of you may recognize those as the drunk missiles that Commander Justin, my co-host here, likes to use, and it's a lot of fun to just watch him let loose a salvo of those things. Yeah. You and I have a lot of good stuff coming up on the channel. Our channels, I should say. We have 2 different channels, but a lot of good stuff coming up. We're currently in the midst of shooting a Ghost Recon movie. We're continuing with our our space trucking. And then once Chapter 4 drops, we're also going to have an Elite Dangerous exploration. I don't know if it's going to be a stream or a video, but we're definitely going to be...
It'll probably be... I'm thinking a mix. I'm going to do a stream, but I'm also going to make a video out of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be a little both. We do a little light expedition.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We just kind of want to try out the multi-crew features are going to be kind of the main thing we're going to be testing out. Just because, you know, man, there really hasn't been a real reason to multi-crew other than flying a fighter, which is fun and all, but having another reason for somebody to multi-crew to your ship would be really cool.
Hey, I gotta stop you for a second though. I made a mistake. Glasshow does not have it. I believe Stewart is the place we gotta go, which is nice and far away, which is great.
That's weird. You
let me source
never make
that.
mistakes.
You hush.
Ooh, yeah. Boy, I don't know if I want to go to Stewart. Usually, for metals, isn't Cartwright a pretty good way to go?
Yes. Oh, you Geminorum. You are so right. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm out of here.
Alright, let's get that route laid in. Alright. Course laid in. I'm launching. That's alright. It was nice to visit another station. That's all. We're just coming here to say hello. What's up, Glasshow? Catch you later. Got eyes on you. Looks like we got somebody coming in.
Oh, he was leaving now. We're good.
Copy that. I'm not behind you, Big Zilla.
We got it right now. Go ahead and tell you Geminorum to Cartwright. My bad.
Alright. Turn and burn.
Alright, so besides just the ships, there's gonna be space storms, which is gonna be cool. You know, you flying around, you see lightning and stuff like that in the background. And with the graphical update, there's also gonna be the like space clouds and like kind of dust and stuff. Like there's gonna be more texture, more depth, more you know, going on in space. And space gonna be blacker. It's gonna be darker than it is now, which I like because I mean I don't know about you, but anytime I've seen like you know NASA footage or something like that, it's pretty damn dark in space. So
yes, it is.
So I think that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think that's really cool too. And I also noticed on the Obsidian Ant video, maybe this is just me, but I thought that the planets were going to look a little better too. Like the dark side of the planet will actually be dark.
Yeah, that's part of the graphical update. It's going to be darker, and the planets are going to look just better. Like the detail and stuff, they're just going to look better.
Their detail from further away and things like that.
And even up close, from the video I saw that he posted, it was going to be cool up close, far away, and the darkness is going to be everywhere. So even if you're on a planet and you're on the bright side, maybe you go down to a canyon that's dark, and it's actually going to be dark down there because you're in the depth of a canyon. You know what I mean? It's not going to be bright just because it's daytime. So you know it's going to be cool. Especially you know, thinking about it, especially when you go to certain ring areas on the dark side, it's going to be black. You're going to have to cut that night vision on immediately. So that's going to be, that's definitely going to be a cool update. You know, I think honestly, the only thing I'm looking forward to now is because this is going to be a good update. The only thing I'm looking forward to is next year getting the ships, the squadron ships, you know.
Right, yeah, the next year getting the squadron ships. I was wondering for a second.
That and seeing what they come up with. Hopefully, I'm hoping some atmospheric stuff. not even, you know,
Yeah.
we talked about this before, not even a planet Earth type, just maybe a gassy planet, or, you know, a planet maybe that's, you know, covered in, you know, water, but maybe it's not the water that we really want to be playing in. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it'd be cool
Right, yeah, I don't know.
to go down on a planet with atmosphere, and maybe a storm's going on, you know, who knows, but I think that'd be cool. So it doesn't necessarily, to me, have to be Earth. Like, that's kind of, honestly, it's kind of boring. I live on Earth. You know what I mean? I'm used to seeing trees. I'm not gonna be awed by seeing trees and grass and mountains and stuff. So I think it's gonna be cool if they do some atmospheric stuff next year, and maybe we're on a planet that's atmospheric, you know, and there's sandstorms going on, or it's entirely water and, you know, it's raining all the time. I don't know, but I think it'd be cool to see some things like that.
There's been a couple I've seen where there's you can see hurricanes.
Right.
Not that I think it would be a good idea to go flying into a hurricane, but
well, you know, that's
still,
the one thing I think is
that...
going to be cool that they're going to think about is physics, because if we get down on some of these planets that'll be atmospheric, our ship should act different, because in space, remember, everything's dependent on our thrusters. On atmospheric planet, it'd be less dependent on your thrusters. Well, your thrusters would play a part, but you now have wind, you know, and things like that that play a factor.
Yeah, crosspath that you have to fly against things that pilots on Earth would have to be concerned with. You know, a cross breeze comes along on the wrong time and just flips you right over without paying attention.
So I'm definitely going to be interested in seeing how that plays out. Hopefully, they do something like that.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm really looking forward to this update. And, you know, it's something we'll keep talking about, but it's because it's the thing that's coming up most quickly, I guess. There's a lot of good things and for the channel. You know, you and I both are starting to kind of get a little more into YouTubing and making it a little more professional. You know, for those of you that don't know, might maybe you don't see this, or you're not connected to them already, but Justin, his YouTube channel is really cool. It's Get Some Gaming, and he's got a lot of really good videos on pretty much most things you can think of. I mean, Ghost Recon, Elite Dangerous being the two primaries. You'll see some other stuff too. Like, I think I've seen like Mass Effect, things like that on there as well.
I did a Mass Effect thing. Some other things. I think I might have to change my channel name though.
Contact. Deploying ground services.
Well, there's some other channels called Get Some Gaming. I found 2 so far. I don't know. I might just leave it and say I don't care anyway, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think mine, Night Commander Gaming, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one to come up with that either, but...
Right. That's why I kind of feel like it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't know how easy it is to come up with... I don't think it would be very a truly original name, and if you do come up with a name, it's probably going to be kind of silly.
Probably. Alright, picking up a full cargo load of silver.
Yep, yeah, I got the same.
Cargo hold at maximum
capacity.
And Justin, have you accepted my mission yet for silver?
I gotta check. I probably did.
Ship restraints retracted. Clear for egress.
I'm leaving out the slot.
Yeah, the reason I ask is just be advised, I got a notification I have enemy ships coming after me.
Copy that.
initiating high wing FSD.
Frameshift drive charging.
Anyone playing that has not seen a hyperspace jump, this looks really cool.
Yep. Welcome to Witch Space.
To which space?
Kind of a fun little nerd thing that Justin and I discussed yesterday is that, and Justin kind of corrected me on it, being the big old space nerd that he is, but I was commenting yesterday that I thought it was impressive that they could move a ship this size that far, and the thing is that the ship is actually not moving at all. It's actually space. We move space, which is impressive.
Oh, I'm there.
So if you're really into astrophysics, you can go ahead and look that one up. Yes.
And I am losing this interdiction bad. Here we go, come on. There we go. And I win. I didn't think I was going to win for a second there. Wasn't looking good.
Well
I
done.
can tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not looking
Had to
good.
pull a couple back from the brink. Slow down here.
Alright. So I survived the interdiction. Now let's get back to Bennett. At one piece. Or at least try.
Come on. Come on. There we go. Good lord. Took forever to get turned around here.
Yeah, so back to what you're saying. Let me go ahead and be a nerd. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
the FSD
Go ahead,
in the
Bob.
game is based upon Aquabear drive, which Aquabear is a scientist who came up with the warp drive idea. He didn't come up with the idea, but he proposed a theory that would actually work, and it's the first time NASA and other space agencies ever looked at it and said, you know what, maybe this will work. Well, let's see what the science behind it is. Before it was just, it was just stuff, from TV. No one really thought it was
Right.
capable. So they looked at it and they said, maybe this will work. So the way it works, in a nutshell, is pretty much, I'm losing shame in it. It's pretty much, it's a system that distorts the space around the ship and makes the space move, and you ride the space that moves. The only thing faster than light is space, pretty much, because that's pretty much what light travels across. That's why there's light seconds and light years in the game, because light has to travel that far, and light, if I'm not mistaken, moves at something stupid like 18 million, no, I'm sorry, it's like 180,000 feet per second, which is stupid fast. Okay, so, and I could be wrong, someone can probably Google it, but no, it's not that, but I'm pretty sure it's within that area. So the thing is, yeah, so space moves faster than light, and the way the FSD drives in the game works is, it moves the space around the ship, and the ship rides that space, and it can go faster than light. The ship itself isn't traveling faster than light, the space around it is, and you're just encompassed in that space. And if you notice, when you're playing, if you look while you're super cruise, your engines are off. There's no thrust, because there's no purpose. You're just riding the space, you're not actually moving. When you're in regular flight, like what I'm about to do now, your engines come back on because you're being propelled by now a propeller. Ta-da.
Right.
Now, which space is a whole nother thing. I had a whole nother theory on that. I don't know. That could be wrong.
Go ahead, man, and like nerd out, like, cause I think your theory on which space is actually pretty interesting. We haven't said it before on Intro Truckers. Let us hear it.
All right, so my theory. theory, okay, on which space in the game is that the normal super cruise is what I just explained, that Alcubierre type thing where you're moving faster than light, and you're riding the space around you. What I think which space is when you take that wake and you move even faster and the energy is even more robust. I think what happens is you move in between the balance of time and space. And I say that because if you play this game and you pay attention, when you come into witch space, what happens is you see numerous dust clouds, you see numerous stars, space is highly distorted, it's different colors, and you might say, oh, well, that's just because you're moving so fast past everything that you see it like that. But that doesn't make sense, because if you look at the galaxy map, and let's say you go from one star to another, in between, let's say it's only 4 light years apart, in between those 2 stars, there's just black space. There's no nebulas, no space clouds, there's no other stars, anything like that. So why do you see all of that? And I think it's because you're traveling in between space and time. So you can see all the dust clouds, dead stars, nebulas, and everything that there will be, all that there was. You can see it all as you ride from point A to point B. Now when you get back to point B, you're back in regular space. And I think that's why, if you look into the lore of Elite Dangerous, there's been, in the beginning of going to witch space, there were plenty of pilots that went into witch space and they never returned. And I think because they hadn't refined the technology, and pilots came out
Justin,
80 years
I
ago.
hate to interrupt you, brother, but could you accept my mission and put the load into my mission, because it'll get enemies off my back.
Oh yeah, gotcha. So yeah, I think that's what happened with the lore of Elite Dangerous, where other people that the first people that went to witch spaces, that what happened is they got in there and the technology wasn't refined, and they went in witch space, and instead of bringing them out at the point that they were trying to go to, it threw them maybe 1,000,000 years in the past or 1,000 years in the future or something like that. And that's why it's like we haven't seen them again, because they're not in our timeline anymore. They messed it up. And I think since it got refined, like the game has it now, you get there from A to B in one shot. And I think the Thargoids aren't exactly from our time. I think they're from another time. And it kind of makes sense because they easily go into witch space and they can pull pilots out of it. So that tells me that technology is a whole
manipulate
lot more,
it.
right. It's a whole lot more advanced. So I think they might just be time travelers, not even actually from a time. But that's my take on the lore in the game. Could be wrong. Alright, I'm done.
Well, it could be too. No, that's great. Well, and it could be also, like, because I mean, it would actually make sense for some of the lore that Frontier's already given us. Like, why are the Thargoids so upset with the human race? They say, oh well, this is our territory. You guys have invaded our territory, and it's like, maybe if your theory is on point with it us being time travelers, with them being time travelers, I should say, then it would make sense, because maybe from the time that they're from, this was their space. Maybe this was their thing, and it's like all of a sudden, maybe they got confused in witch space, and they came out at a different time and went, whoa, like, who's in my house? Like,
yeah, I mean, that could make sense. Or it could be maybe from their time, humans did something unforgivable to them, and they feel like, well, maybe we should go back in time and get rid of them. And,
maybe.
And it's funny too, because if you notice, our initial weapons have no effect on them. We had to get weapons later that were designed to fight them. And also there's the Guardians in the game, that their technology is far out too. I could see the Guardians possibly being from a different time as well. I don't know. I think space-time might just be introduced as something that's viable in the game.
Yeah. Well, and it would be interesting too to think about, okay, so like our technology is advanced so far in the future in this game, this fiction that they've created for us. One thing that'd be interesting with the whole time travelers thing is that it's like something that TV has said, and everything, as they go, oh well, if it's the whole butterfly effect, where if you do so much as kill a bug in the wrong thing, you screw up the entire timeline. Well, if we're advanced this far in the future, we would kind of start getting into a law of diminishing returns with that, where it's like you can't really alter nature that much, you know, with a galaxy that's been this expanded.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like if a space bug dies somewhere, it's not going to really like affect somebody, you know, on the other side. You know, it really wouldn't. The ripples wouldn't reach that far.
Well, I think they could. I think it would depend on the situation. Maybe the ripples reach far, but they only matter if you go out that far. Like maybe, I don't know, a planet somewhere
Warning, shield generator.
dies because of a certain thing. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm interested. Right. I'm really interested to see what they do with the game for next year's updates. You know, I think it's gonna be interesting because this year with the Thargoids and everything, with everything they've done, I think it's awesome. But now it just makes me really curious. Like, so what are you guys gonna do next year? You know?
Yeah.
I'm headed back to OU Gym Norm, by the way.
Copy that. I saw that. Well, the thing that I'm, I guess, about at some point too is that, you know, right now, players like, you know, you and me, we don't really. Thargoids are just kind of like a nice little like backdrop, but we don't really deal much with it. But I'm kind of wondering if the devs at some point are gonna say and it's like you're not gonna have a choice anymore. You have to deal with them because now we're in full-out war. You know, maybe they're attacking all of human space, and we have to fight or be destroyed. You know.
I don't know. I feel 50-50. I'm like on the fence with that one because on one side I could see that happening and I think it would be cool, but on the other side I kind of feel like they wouldn't do that just because you got to think about it. Some people play this game and they don't want to be bothered with the Thargoids. You know, they don't. That's just not what they do. Maybe they, you know, they just bounty hunt, or maybe they're pirates, or maybe they're just miners or something like that. Maybe they don't want to be bothered with that. So I think it's kind of cool in some respects that they've made it to where you can go to certain areas in the game and Thargoids are rampant. You can go to other areas and they're like non-existent. And I think that's the side where it's kind of like if you don't want to be bothered, you don't have to. But if you do, it's easy to be bothered.
And I guess
I don't know.
It would make sense. I mean, as a spacefaring genre. I was just kind of talking more than anything. I really don't think they would do that because it wouldn't make sense for the game they've created. But yeah, an interesting thought if it was a situation like Commander Shepard and the Reapers, you know,
right,
where we can't just ignore them anymore.
I mean, that could be cool, but here's my thing: if they do something like that could be cool. But if they're gonna do something like that, they really have to make it involved in the game, because right now it feels like, honestly, what's the big deal? You go kill a Thargoid and it's like, okay, I killed one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. Yeah. I feel like if they did something like that, they'd have to make it to a point where you actually feel like there's a point to this, there's a purpose. You know what I mean? Right now, I feel like it's just kind of some added gameplay. If you want to fight something different, here's aliens. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it matters.
Right. No, and it really doesn't in the grand scheme of things.
So if they did it and it mattered, you know, like the war effort actually mattered, you could see the change, you know, they actually really inserted it into the game, that'd be something different. But just the way things are, I wouldn't care for it, because I would feel like I don't care about this, you know what I mean? As long as you make the player care, I think it works.
Yeah, there'd have to be like actual real consequences for ignoring it.
Right, exactly.
Like, oh well, okay, you've ignored it, and so now your home station is like decimated. You have to build it again, you know, or I don't know, something like that. I don't like these things. I don't like this idea, but at the same time, who knows?
See. I just arrived at Cartwright.
Got it. I am. Got a docking request in. Docking request is green, coming in on pad 2.
Copy that. Setting down on pad 0 on it.
Right.
Landing gear deployed.
I think this is cool though. This is kind of what I like about Space Metal Truck is it's, you know, it's essentially it's a talk show about Elite Dangerous. You know, a trucking backdrop, really.
Yeah, it's we run our miles while we fly back and forth and drop stuff off.
You gotta pass the time somehow, right? I mean,
yeah, no, right?
It's not like, I mean, it's not like this is the most. It's not.
Do some math real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not like this is the most exciting thing in the world either. You know, watching people fly back and forth, but hopefully the conversation is invigorating enough.
Okay, pick up 572.
572, copy. I am coming through a slot.
That's what she said. I can't almost.
I think that would be what he said.
She can come to the slot. 72.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't ruin my. That's what she said. Okay.
I want you to be scientifically accurate. You know. I'm telling you, you're a science nerd.
How cool would it be if Andy Tyson just happened to come by and see we're playing and jump in on the conversation and start putting comments and stuff?
I'd lose my mind. I'd be so like just stoked that it's like Neil Tyson. I'd probably just be like dead on this broadcast.
Follow the greens on your way out.
Yeah, I'd be straight fanboy, and I'm not very big on being fanboy. I've met a lot of celebrities doing security, and
yeah,
I don't usually care.
Yeah.
But there's those few people out there that, you know,
you will
like
you'll go straight fanboy on them.
I met Rosario Dawson, and I was all cheesing, and, you know, but you know, I've met like 50 Cent, P Diddy, and a bunch of other people, and I just kind of didn't care. I was just like, oh, that's nice, good for you guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, 5'7". Not that nothing. I don't like, you know, listen to some of the stuff or watch people's movies. It's just, I don't know, some people I don't care about, like they do good work, but I don't care as much. And then other people, you know, I'm like stoked, like, you know, Tyson. I'd be stoked to hear, meet, have a conversation, whatever.
Well, especially for something like, I mean, where astrophysics would really come into play. I'd love to hear like his thoughts on some of these theories. They're viable theories, or he'd probably just blow our minds and be like, "Well, here's why that would," you know.
He probably would.
It'd be like, damn, like.
Yeah, probably.
Right, anyway,
you'd be all messed up. Like, wow, I never thought of that.
572 is what we're looking up?
Yes, 572 silver is what we're picking up.
Alright. Yeah, that'd be hilarious to just be like, whoa. We'd be sounding like little kids on here.
Yeah, probably. Little kids at a science fair.
Yeah.
With suspenders on and glasses.
Damn straight.
Oh god. Someone always wants to try and interdict me every time, I swear. There we go. I swear, they can't wait. I swear. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Yep, I got him. Alright. I'm jumping to Rock'n'Roll.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He started to interdict me, but yeah, my FSD had already charged up, so it like nulled the you know, interdiction. It was like no.
The interdiction, yeah. Man, that would be like, it'd be one of those things like if I don't know how that would work, but I mean I feel like when you're trying to interdict somebody, the way that works, I mean, if somebody goes into a jump, I mean I feel like that would like tear your ship in half because it's like it's trying to hold on. It'd be like,
well, no, that's why they go tumbling when they lose the interdiction, because essentially the interdiction, if I understand it correctly, okay, back to being a nerd, if I understand the interdiction correctly, the science of it is they're using some kind of gravity or space manipulator to latch on to the space that you're riding, and they're trying to distort it, and make you, you know, fall out of it.
Fall off your wave.
Right.
Yeah, I see.
Exactly, and that's why you're kind of, you know, fighting back and forth or whatever. So that's why when they lose, they go tumbling because they fall off their wave and you go riding off. Because essentially, in a way, they're riding your wave and trying to pull you off of it. You get what I'm saying? That's,
yeah, it'd be like, think of it like surfers, you know, like
right.
if somebody was trying to
I think
throw
that's
a lasso around me while I'm surfing.
the way it would work.
Me off my board.
Where's David Braben at? Let's ask him. No, it's his game. Shit. Alright, coming in the Bennett Gateway. Dropping out subspace.
Copy that. On approach to Bennett.
And guess what's gonna happen when we drop this money off? Well, when we drop this off and finish this mission.
Lincoln, Bravo, India, Gulf.
I'm gonna be
Now in
billionaire.
Federation space. Be advised. Docking access.
At least I think so.
Congratulations.
Permission only. Request denied. Decrease range to 7,500 meters.
I'm nipping at your heels, but I have I spent some money the other day getting outfitted for my
Did
video. Yeah, I bought some my Verno Lance.
Wow, you did some upgrading.
Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't say outfitted. I was just upgrading. My Fertilance was already pretty well outfitted, but that was the one thing I hadn't bought yet.
You know, sometimes I look at the cockpit of the Type 9, and I think, what if you were like really tired, or I don't know, maybe you were drinking at the wheel during a long flight, and you got up, you could just fall off the pilot's pad up here and fall down to like the second tier. You know what I mean? That
would hurt. Like I mean, that doesn't look like a short distance down. Like
no, yeah, it looks like a nice little like 7-8 foot drop. Like when I'm looking around the cockpit, it's like a floor. Like it's like if you were playing around and you just missed and fell, it would hurt. I mean, it wouldn't kill you or anything like that, but it would definitely hurt.
He's taking some space ibuprofen.
Taking a whole lot of it. Alright, I'm setting it down on the pad.
Got you. Yeah, let's see here. I'm currently sitting at 903 million. So once I drop this off,
dude, I love Bennett. Bennett's awesome. Look at this place. Look at this place.
It's beautiful.
I mean, I don't know what station some of you guys base out of, but we got trees and parks. We got pools and shit. Look, where's the statue? There it is. We got that one statue. Looks like the Terminator guys.
Yeah, T-1000. Looks like the T-1000.
Yeah, pretty cool. This station is just cool. You know, I gotta admit, the space stations at Planet Earth and Seoul are pretty cool too. They look like you're in Miami or something. It's like palm trees and shit.
They're pretty legit. You know, I gotta say, like, I mean, in terms of a station, it was really pretty lame. But I did love that in my early days of Elite Dangerous, I found Leonard Nimoy Station orbiting the planet Vulcan.
No shit.
I did, yes. It is out there, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly don't remember what system it's in.
I'm sure somebody else has documented it. You could probably find it.
Oh, I'm sure you could. It's but it was just one of those things. And I mean, in terms of a station, it's not that special. Honestly, it doesn't really look that special.
You're breaking up a little bit. Like,
is that better?
No, you could just when you were talking. I don't know, just like chipping up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. You know what I did see the other day? I saw someone posted a pic. They found like it was like a green, like it was like a neon green and like orange planet or something crazy. I don't know, but
whoa,
I don't know. You know, just look up Obsidian Ant's greatest finds, because you know he's found all kinds of crazy planets that's just like, how the hell?
Yeah. Exactly.
Alright, just waiting on you, and then I can complete this mission here.
Alright, goods have been delivered.
They have they? Well,
They have.
let's play Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, because that's what's going to happen as soon as I complete this mission. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be honest, I never kind of thought that I would get to $1 billion in this game, because I used to spend so much, and I didn't know I could make this much money before. You know, back when I was making like 100,000 and stuff, and I thought that was something. Look at that. I now have 1,2,591,490 credits.
Congratulations, my friend. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? It's an accomplishment. I don't even know what to do with myself now. Look at those funds. What do I do now? I can buy everything. I'm not seeing any more missions. You want to go do some bounty hunting?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take a quick look through myself and make sure there's nothing that came up.
Yeah, do so. I wasn't seeing anything. Everything was like 2 million, 1 million, which is not.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, typically, if there's nothing for you, there's nothing for.
Never know.
You never know. We've also had weird scenarios. It's like, oh, for some reason we don't like you, Justin, but we're.
This is true. They were
mission.
giving me like 30, 40 million credit missions at one point, and they were giving me like 15, and I was like, what?
Yeah, nothing there. So,
Alright, so I'm gonna hop in. Let me see. What do we got? The Fer-de-Lance.
I'm gonna go with, I think my Crusader today.
Hey, what's going on, Stout? You taking your Fer-de-Lance, Knight?
I was thinking about my. I can bring the Fer-de-Lance out if.
I mean, no, it's whatever you want. I'm gonna bring my Chieftain. I'm gonna stick with that for today. I need to re-engineer my Crusader.
Actually, you know what? I am gonna bring out something else though, because I just realized this thing isn't outfitted the way I want it for light.
Well, that's it for trucking. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I probably should do the same. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go get some bounty hunting in. So that'll